Today we're 100% speedrunning both kindergarten 1 and 2. Our speedrun starts on our first day of kindergarten, and since we brought $10, Bugs is going to sniff some money on us, and we have to give him half of it, otherwise he'll kill us. Then right after that, I'm going to Cindy, and we're going to agree to be her boyfriend, because we're going for the Cindy ending for the first one. We'll stop by Miss Applegate after that, and she's going to tell us that she wants us to go and fight Bugs because he stole our money. So we'll go over to him, we start making fun of how his dad is never going to come back, and then we call the teacher, which is going to make him stop. Yeah, he did give us a bit of a bloody eye, but now he has to go to the principal's office, so pretty good win for me. Now after that, Miss Applegate is going to ask if we want to be her little rat and basically expel all the students. We're going to say no because we're working on the Cindy ending. Next, it becomes class time, and right away we're going to go put some gum in Lily's hair to make Cindy happy. Yeah, she is not the nicest person in the world, but she tells us that we can now play with her. All we have to do is go and wash up. So we'll try to go to the bathroom. We have to say, may I go to the bathroom instead of can I go to the bathroom? And then we show our bathroom pass, which makes the hall monitor let us through, and we'll go to the sink to wash off the blood. Now upon coming back, Miss Applegate takes the bathroom pass for us, and we're going to start playing house with Cindy. We'll just go through all of these things. We'll keep saying yes, dear, and she's having the greatest time of her life, and soon it becomes lunchtime. Now next up, we got to buy two things for Cindy. First is going to be a salad, and second thing is going to be a silly meal, so we get a Monster Mon card. By the way, since this is 100%, we obviously have to collect all 25 Monster Mon cards in this game to unlock the final secret ending. And anyways, we give Cindy the food. But she is not done yet because she wants us to terrorize Lily a little bit more, and she tells us to do that, we have to go into the janitor's closet. So she's going to allow us to go through by talking to the lunch lady, and she gave us a key to actually go in the closet. Now once we come over here, we're going to this box, and we're going to take the note that's in there before heading back to the lunchroom so we don't get in trouble, and now it's recess time. So here, I'm going to take a Monster Mon card behind this play structure and then go over to Cindy where we show her the note we found, but then she tells us that neither of us can read. So we got to find someone who does, and we can ask Monty for that. And he tells us that this is a recipe for the biscuit balls that the janitor sells at lunch, and he uses Cindy's dog in them. Yeah, that's what's in the recipe. So she gets very upset, yells at the janitor, and goes and starts attacking him. And you can hear that she's beating him up. She takes off his ear and completely destroys him. Yep, she comes back, and now she has a head. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, we get a Monster Mon card for that, and now it's time for show and tell. Where for the show and tell, we have to make sure we show the flower that she gave us to make sure Cindy's happy one last time, and that's gonna be the day. So at the end, she'll tell us she's really happy with us. We'll get Cindy's flower, we'll get 3 Monster Mon cards, and then we'll start Monday again. Now for this one, we're gonna wanna bring $10 again, and like last time, Bugs is gonna come up to us, but this time we're actually gonna go along with Miss Applegate's plan to take out all the students. But before we go and do that, I also wanna make sure that we buy a voice recorder since we'll need that for Cindy, and then we'll head over to Bugs and do the same old, get Miss Applegate to stop him, and we'll go to the principal's. After that, we're gonna go over to Cindy, and she's gonna tell us to be her boyfriend, but this time we're gonna say no, and she gets very upset and says that. So yeah, she tries to accuse us of a truly awful thing, so we both get sent to the principal. After that, Bugs is free to go, so we will have to deal with him again later. But now we have to talk to the principal, and thankfully, since we have the voice recorder, we can prove that we didn't do anything. So Cindy's gonna get expelled, and we're good to go. This makes Miss Applegate very happy, but since Bugs came back, we don't get a second gold star just yet. Now we have to go back to Monty. This time we're gonna buy a yo-yo, and then we're gonna bring it over to Jerome and give him the yo-yo, and he's gonna say that we can be his buddy, but we have to go and get him something from the janitor's closet. And he says he'll distract the teacher. But then instead of going and getting that, we're going to tell the teacher what he was trying to do, and that's going to send him to the principal's office. So that's second student done and our second gold star. Now we want to head over to Nugget and pretend that we're going to be his friend. And he tells us that he will be our friend if we eat this nugget. After that, we'll just skip the remaining time and on to lunchtime. We'll talk to Monty really quick, and he'll tell us that the janitor spelled biscuit wrong. Then we'll stop by Nugget, who tells us that the nugget we ate was actually poison. And if we want to get the antidote, then we have to feed another poison nugget over to Bugs, which I mean, honestly, works perfectly for us. And to get Bugs to eat the nugget, all we have to do is tell him that Cindy will call him a wimp if he doesn't. Then we'll go over to the janitor, tell him that he spelled biscuit wrong, and he'll be like, who told me that? Gets really pissed when we say it's Monty, and then goes over to Monty and completely destroys him. Yeah, he does not care. But hey, he gives us some glasses, so that's pretty cool. After that, we'll tell Nugget what we did, and as soon as we tell him, Bugs is gonna throw up and die, so that's another kid dead. Then we can head over to the lunch lady, say we need to go to the bathroom, and she says she'll let us if we give her some glasses, and we can give her Monty's. So now there's gonna be Lily out here eavesdropping on the principal, and we're gonna knock on the door, and then say that Lily was eavesdropping, and that we just knocked to let him know. So he's gonna get mad, tell Lily she needs to come into the principal's office, and then we hear a gunshot. so I'm not going to question it. Only one person left, and that's going to be Nugget. We have tons of gold stars. And for this one, we need to go into Nugget Cave. So Nugget is going to put all his nuggets down. That way we can break our fall, and we'll jump inside Nugget Cave, where there's going to be Cindy's dead dog there. So we're going to take it. We're also going to take this Monstermon card right here before we decide to leave Nugget Cave. Now we can show Miss Applegate the dead dog, and she's going to get very upset. So she comes up to Nugget, and she's like, hey, that is not what you should have done. Pushes him into the hole, and now Nugget is dead as well. So yeah, that's officially all the kids dead. And now Miss Applegate gets to leave early, and she gives us a lunch pass. It's time for Monday again ×2. For this one, we're not going to bring any money or anything else like that, so we don't have to deal with bugs at the beginning, and we're just going to skip through these first few sections, getting some more money every time we do. And that's because the only thing we want to do for this one is get the slop. What we're going to do is buy slop from the lunch lady, then throw it away in the trash. After that, we can repeat. We'll buy some more slop, throw it in the trash, and finally, when we buy the last bit of slop, she's gonna get very happy that we're this enthusiastic about buying it, so she gives us a Monstermon card. Now all we have to do is finish the rest of the day, so we'll skip through recess and show the Monstermon card for show and tell. So didn't get an ending this time, but we did get the Monstermon card, which we need for the end. Anyways, now we're on to the second Cindy mission, and for this one, we want to bring the lunch pass to school. Now right away, we're gonna go over to Cindy, become her boyfriend again, and like usual, she wants us to put gum in Lily's hair. But before we do anything like that, we're gonna go over to Monty, and we're gonna sell the lunch pass, which gives us $3 before buying some cigarettes. After that, we'll go over to Bugs, and we'll give him the cigarettes, and he'll give us a Monstermon card before going over to Nugget, and we'll ask him about Billy. Billy is Nugget's friend and Lily's brother who went missing in the school, and when you ask about him, you get sent to the principal's office. But here we can just confess to missing him, and the principal will give us pills to try to get us to forget about Billy. And then we'll also take a Monstermon card from his trash. Now Miss Applegate is going to ask if we got any pills from this, and we can give her one, which makes her really happy. And she's so happy that she now allows us to go in these different cubbies and steal things. So we'll take a magnifying glass and this Monstermon card. After that, we'll go over to Lily, and we'll put some gum in her hair. Then we'll stop by Nugget, who asked for a magnifying glass, so we'll give it to him and get a Monstermon card in return. After that, it's time for Cindy. We tell her that Lily has cried, and we can go over play house with her again. This time we have a very specific set of things we want to do, and we got to do each of these right. That way we can get another Monstermon card by putting our child up for adoption and then giving Cindy the pills. So yeah, that was a fun playtime. Anyways, next up, we're heading over to the lunch lady, and we can ask for some slop. Then we're going to try to give it to Cindy, but she asked for something vegan. So we'll go over to the janitor, and we're going to ask him if he has anything vegan. But unfortunately, he only has the biscuits that he made with Cindy's dog. So yeah, he really wants us to give one of these biscuits to Cindy, and he says he'll give us a Monstermon card if we do, which is a good deal for me. So we're feeding Cindy her own dog. Yeah, we are not the nicest person in the world, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we get the janitor's key from her again, but we'll go back to the janitor, we'll tell her what we did, and get this Monstermon card. Gotta love it. Anyways, janitor's closet time again, but this time we're gonna take this bucket of blood and bring that with us. But before we use it, during recess, we wanna do a secret code where we do yellow, yellow, blue, blue, red, yellow, blue, and that spawns a Monstermon card. And then we'll stop by Bugs and give him a flask, which in return, he gives us a Monstermon card since it reminds him of his dad. Anyways, it's Cindy time, and we're gonna tell her that we got a bucket filled with blood, and she wants us to go and pour it on Lily. So she'll call Lily over, but instead of pouring the blood on Lily, we're going straight for Cindy. She freaks out, runs into the street, gets hit by a car, and yeah. Anyways, time for everyone to head inside. Miss Applegate is also pretty pleased with us, so she's gonna give us a gold star and a Monstermon card. And as you can see, our collection is really starting to grow. Now next up is the Nugget ending, and for this one, we wanna bring Cindy's flower. So right away, we'll ask Nugget if we can be his friend, and we'll give him the flower as an offering. But he tells us we can only truly be his friend if we collect all 6 of his nuggets of friendship. Then we're going over to Cindy to ask if we can be her boyfriend. She's gonna give us the gum, and this time we'll tell Lily that Cindy wanted us to put gum in her hair, which makes her trust us. Then we'll skip the rest of the morning until we get into the classroom, where we're gonna wanna go and try to go into somebody's cubby. Then Nugget tells us we have to find the next nugget of friendship, but we tell him we can't go through the cubbies, so Nugget gives us a pill to give to Miss Applegate. So we'll take the second nugget, and this makes Nugget pretty happy, but the next task he has for us is we have to deliver a love letter over to Lily. Unfortunately, she doesn't know how to read, so she asks Miss Applegate to read it, and then Miss Applegate decides to read it in front of the entire class. class. It's also a little bit of a weird thing. I would not want to get this love letter, I'm not gonna lie. But that obviously makes Lily mortified, and we tell Nugget he's a little bit embarrassed, but we did what we needed to do, so we got the third nugget. Then we can also head over here, take this knife, and that will be the end of the classroom. Then we head over to Lily, who gives us a donut as an apology for freaking out. Before going to Nugget, and we have to do his next quest, where Bugs is gonna throw food at him. But we need to keep this poison nugget, so instead of feeding that to Bugs, we're just gonna stab him. So, unlucky. Anyways, Nugget is still pretty happy with it and gives us our fifth nugget. So now we'll ask for a bathroom pass and we'll be able to pay the lunch lady to let us go. After that, we can see the blood trail that Bugs left behind, but there's gonna be a Monstermon card here, so I'll take it. Anyways, we're back in recess, and this time we're going straight over to Nugget, and he's gonna tell us a code that we can use for this device to blow up. Now we're gonna head over to the statue, and we're gonna place the device on the statue and then yell that the principal took Billy. This is gonna get Miss Applegate really mad at Lily and myself, so she's gonna make Lily go to the principal, but she won't make me go since I have a donut I can give her. Then after that, Nugget's pretty happy, so we get another nugget and we can head down into Nugget Cave. From here, we want to go over to this picture of Billy and we'll place a flower at the memorial, which will make Nugget really happy. And yeah, now it's time for show and tell, where we'll show a nugget and that will make Nugget happy as well. So we officially made it through the day, and Nugget gives us Billy's note, which will help us figure out what happened with Billy's disappearance. And now it's time for Monday again 5. Now for this one, we're going for the Bugs ending, and we're gonna bring the lunch pass and the flower, along with $10. Right away, Bugs is gonna notice we have the money, so of course, we'll give it to him. And then we'll tell Nugget that we wanna be his friend and do the whole flower thing. This will give us his exploding device, which we'll use for a bit later. Then we'll head over to Miss Applegate, and she'll tell us that she wants us and Bugs to fight, but this time we're gonna say no way, which makes her a little upset. Now we can skip through the rest of the morning, and once we make it to the classroom, Bugs is gonna be happy with us because we didn't agree with Miss Applegate. So he tells us that he has a plan to kill her, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. We can show her that we have the lunch pass to have lunch with Miss Applegate to set that up. Then we'll head over to Monty, and we can give him Nugget's device so he'll make a distraction device. Before heading back to Bugs, we say we got it, and we have to place this in front of Monty's desk. We'll skip through the rest of this part, and we'll tell her that we do have this lunch pass, so she has to eat lunch with us. And during lunch, we're gonna activate this distraction, which makes her turn around. Then we can use the knife that Bugs gave us to stab her, and we're just completely covered in blood. So Bugs is pretty happy about us. He does tell us that our fingerprints are on the knife though, so we're gonna have to deal with that. We'll head over to Bugs, and he tells us that we can put the knife in the hole that Nugget dug. So we'll go through that, Nugget lets us, and finally the principal comes and is like, hey, who murdered your teacher? He really thinks that it's gonna be Bugs, so he decides to search Bugs, and on the way, Bugs gives us the teacher's phone, so the principal isn't able to find that. Now we'll talk with Bugs at the end of the day. He's pretty proud of us, so he decides to let us keep the phone. Next ending is gonna be the Jerome one, so we're just gonna wanna bring the lunch pass. Now first things first, we're gonna head over to Monty, where we're gonna sell the lunch pass, and that gives us $3 before we buy the yo-yo, some cigarettes, and the screwdriver. Then we can skip the rest of the morning, and during class time, we're gonna head to Jerome, give him the yo-yo, and he's gonna give us the same old plan where he wants to distract the teacher while we go over to the janitor's closet. And this time we're actually gonna do that, so we make it out of here perfectly. And Jerome is also the son of the principal, so he has a special hall pass that lets us go anywhere. We can use that to go in this vent, use the screwdriver to unscrew that and get this Monstermon card, and then go into the janitor's closet where we're gonna get this stolen stuff box and take the laser pointer from there. Now from here, Jerome is gonna ask if we got the laser pointer, but the janitor is very upset because he noticed somebody came into his closet. So we'll put the laser pointer into the trash. Now the janitor is gonna go around looking for it, but the lunch lady tells him that he has to go empty the trash, so there goes our laser pointer again. But he was too lazy to actually bring it to the dump, so we still have a chance to get it. Jerome talks to the lunch lady, says we can go out where there's going to be the hall monitor, but we can give him a cigarette to allow us to be here. Then we'll take the laser pointer from the trash and head back to the cafeteria where it's time to go to recess. Now here, the janitor is trying to attack Jerome, so Monty decides to give us a device to kill the janitor with. And we're gonna place that right behind him, go back to Monty, tell him what we did, and then this happens. Jerome leaves, and then the janitor explodes. We completely murdered the janitor. You know, he had it coming to him. And the irony is, no one is left to clean up the parts. Pretty funny joke, Miss Applegate. And a second pretty funny joke is when we show the screwdriver, she says that's her favorite drink. Anyways, pretty successful day. And we'll end it with Jerome giving us a key mold to his dad's office. We're coming up to the last few endings, and this one's going to be the Monty one, where we want to bring $10, the lunch pass, the flower, and the key mold. Now, right away, Anyway, Bugs, of course, is going to take $5 from us, but not the biggest deal in the world. After that, we're going to head straight over to Monty, and we're going to ask if he can have a key made. He's going to tell us he can, but it's going to cost us $20, so this entire day is going to be trying to get as much money as possible. We can go ahead, sell the lunch pass, and then head to Nugget, ask him what happened to Billy, and of course, get sent to the principal's office because of it. Now, like last time with the principal, we'll just get some pills, and we'll give one of those pills to Miss Applegate. Then it's time to go snooping in people's cubbies, and since Miss Applegate has one of the pills in her, she doesn't care, so we can steal some money and then sell the bottle of pills for $4 before skipping the rest of class time. Lunchtime, we want to wait for all except for one apple, and then talk to Cindy, who's going to give us some gum to put in Lily's hair. We'll go ahead and do that, which is going to make Cindy very happy, and because of this, she'll pay us another $3. So all we have to do is get an additional 25 cents by passing time with our last apple, and now we have $20. So that'll be enough money for Monty to make us the key. Now, before our second to last ending, we have a Monstermon card to get. For this one, we'll just bring the lunch pass, and we're going to skip through the entire morning and the entire class time. Then we'll ask to have lunch with Miss Applegate. She gives us a silly meal, and in that, we get another Monstermon card. Then we'll just skip through recess, show the Monstermon card for show and tell, and yeah, that's the entire day. So now it is time for the Lily ending, where we're going to want to bring the note, the key, and our teacher's phone. Now right away, we head over to Lily and we tell her that we have Billy's note, which she's gonna recognize it's Billy's handwriting right away and wants someone to read it. But before that, we're gonna ask Monty for some cigarettes, and then we'll get him to read it, which he'll do for $1. He'll have it figured out by lunch, so we'll go and tell Lily about it before she then tells us to get into the principal's office and find where his hatch is. So we're gonna do the same Billy strats with Nugget again. This time with the principal, we have to do very specific answers. It's gonna be the first, second, third, second, first, and first. That way, he's going to give us a Monstermon card. Then we can head over to this carpet where we're going to look under the rug and see there's a really weird hatch. Anyways, this time we don't have any pills for Miss Applegate, kind of unlucky, but we can head over to Lily, show her that we saw a hatch and we got the plan going. Now we're going to want to leave class, which we need a bathroom pass for, of course, followed by heading to the bathroom, and we're going to check on each of the stalls. The first one, there's someone in there. The second one, there's also someone in there. And the third one, we need to ask someone to clean it. So we'll tell the janitor about this, who really doesn't want to clean the toilets, but unfortunately, since they're all taken, he has to. Then we can head inside of this box, which we'll take a Monstermon card from, before going in this one, where we see a severed finger. So yeah, that's evidence of Billy's disappearance. Anyways, now on lunchtime, we'll head over to Monty, we'll get the deciphered note, and we can show Lily both the finger and the deciphered note. So our next plan is to get into the principal's office. So we'll head over to the bathroom with Lily, and we'll see the hall monitor in here, but we can give him a pack of cigarettes, and he's gonna allow us to go just like usual. Now Lily's gonna call the principal and get him out of his office. Then we can head with her over to the principal's office and go inside it using the key we got. But we need a key to open it, which we don't have. Thankfully, we can just look behind the principal's desk and there's the key, so we'll bring it over to the hatch and go through. Now it is time for the weirdest part, where there's a bunch of these people in tanks, and the middle one is going to be Billy. So right away, what we're going to want to do is press the yellow button, then the red button to kill this first monster. Then we can press the yellow button again to select over Billy, and then the green button, which is going to turn Billy back to normal. But here's where the principal comes, and he has a gun. He asks if we want to know about his plan. I don't really care though. So we're going to press the blue button, which sets free both Billy and the other monster, and that monster is going to go straight over to the principal and completely murder him. So that was easy. Yeah, not the best day to be the principal, but I don't really care. After that, since the principal exploded, Miss Applegate's like, oh, I don't have to teach anymore, so we don't even do show and tell. And with the Lily ending, we get a Monstermon card. So we'll go back into Monday again times 10, and in this one, we want to bring the lunch pass along with $10. So in this day, we want to get all 5 of our remaining Monstermon cards. We'll start by giving the money to Bugs, and then we can head over to Monty's, where we're going to want to sell our lunch pass and also buy a yo-yo. Then we'll wait through the morning, and in the classroom, we're going to go with the Jerome plan for Jerome to distract the teacher. So we're able to go inside of the janitor's closet, but this time we're heading over to this box, and we're going to take this Monstermon card along with the money in here. After that, we'll head over to the bathroom where we can talk to the janitor, and we have another very specific set of things we want to talk about. So we're just going to go ahead, press all these specific things until finally he's going to get tired of it and give us a Monstermon card. So that's number 2. Now we have to tell Jerome that we weren't able to get his laser pointer corner, but he allows us to keep the hall pass, which is nice since then we can sell it to Monty for another $5. After that, we'll get a Monstermon card under this table and then head over to Cindy, where she asks us to put some gum in Lily's hair just like usual. So we'll ask to go to the bathroom and pay the lunch lady $2 to do that before placing the gum in Lily's hair while she's eavesdropping. Now if we tell Cindy about this during lunchtime, she'll give us our 4th Monstermon card. So final Monstermon card we need to do is go and buy something for Monty. He'll sell it for $15, which is a lot of money, but we have everything we need and we'll just finish off the day. Which means it is time for the very last ending in this game. For this one, you can see that we now have a complete collection of Monstermon cards and we can bring that with us along with the flower. And we're gonna do pretty much the same Nugget ending as last time where we become his friend. And yeah, you've already seen this entire thing, so I'll just skip through it. After doing all of Nugget's missions, we'll head into Nugget Cave. And this time we'll head over to this sign, which tells us if we bring the 25 talismans, then something special is gonna happen. Now we actually end off our speedrun as soon as we place the cards, which gives us a time of 37:35. But then right after that, literally everybody besides ourselves and Nugget explodes. And yeah, that's the apocalypse ending. Now we're on to Kindergarten 2, so our speedrun starts as soon as we select the first file, and then you'll see it's now Tuesday instead of Monday. You'll also see that we have a brand new room, it's looking pretty good, and also a brand new school with new students. So we'll get into those guys later, but the first person we want to talk to in this school is going to be the janitor, who wants to wage war against the other janitor named Bob. So he gives us a piece of paper that basically tells us his intentions. We bring that over to Bob, and he says he'll read it later. And yeah, this is the janitor ending, so we're just helping him out. Now it's going to be morning time. You can also see that Miss Applegate is not doing the best in the world because she no longer has those pills. And Nugget also isn't doing the best in the world because he had to chew off his arm because he was stuck in a sewer grate. So we're going to talk about that later. Anyways, we'll give Nugget this fidget spinner and that'll give us a Monstermon card. It's really nice in this game because you can restart from certain moments in the day. Like we can just go straight back to morning time instead of going back to the beginning. And this time we'll go straight out to the hallway and over to the bathroom where we'll talk to the janitor. He tells us that he wants us to get the elevator key so we can go and attack Bob, but Stevie, this new hall monitor, won't allow us to go. So we tell the janitor that he stopped us, and then the janitor comes over and starts beating Stevie with his mop. He does not care at all, and yeah, sorry about that, bud. Anyways, time to go upstairs. I'm not too worried about it. And we'll stop by the girls' bathroom first, where we're gonna see Bob. He asks about the note. We say we can't read or write. So he asks the janitor, then comes back and says it was a misunderstanding and gives us a Monstermon card. And we'll also get one from that couch. Now we'll stop by the science classroom where we'll talk to Monty. We'll tell him that the janitor does want his elevator pass. So obviously he's gonna give it to us. He knows how dangerous the janitor is. And then we're gonna stop by Stevie's dead body. That way we can get his outfit. Because for 100% in this game, along with getting all the Monstermon cards, you also have to get all the outfits. Anyways, it's lunchtime and the janitor needs our help. So we're gonna go over to Carla, and she's a person who will help us out with different tasks for money. So if we pay her $5, she'll distract the lunch lady while we go up to help the janitor. He's gonna be up in the girls' bathroom, and you can see that Bob has definitely had some better days, but we gotta help him slice up Bob's body. Also, Miss Applegate is in here, but she very smartly just decides to go back in the bathroom. Yeah, I would not want to deal with that either. Anyways, we'll go into the boys' bathroom, go into the janitor's closet, and there's going to be a Monstermon card in this sink thing, and then we'll also take the chainsaw. So we'll stop by Bob's body, that way we can get his outfit, and then we'll give the janitor the chainsaw, and this is what he does. We're gonna be in detention now, and we have to make sure we say nothing, otherwise Dr. Danner is gonna shoot us, but then he's gonna leave the classroom so we can go and help the janitor again. We're gonna take this toy car, and we'll put the car on these stairs, because the principal's daughter, Penny, is basically after him, and we're gonna go and put the head in this trash can. She's gonna come to us, and we're gonna say we're looking for the janitor, and he's upstairs. Thankfully, that is exactly where we put that toy car, so now Penny is dead, and we can come back out here, see some green goo. I'm sure that's not important, but we gotta make it back to the classroom before Dr. Danner gets back. That way he doesn't murder us. Anyways, time to go to gym class, where Miss Applegate is basically just saying do whatever you want, but we got some more janitor stuff to do. So first of all, we're gonna go and help Carla get the ball, and then it's gonna hit Miss Applegate, and she's gonna go after Jerome. So that allows us to leave the classroom, and we're gonna stop by this green goo and take a glob. Then we can go to the janitor's closet where some weird stuff is happening. I'm not gonna worry about that because we're gonna take the body of Stevie and bring that with us. Kindergarten 2 just gets so much more evil than Kindergarten 1. Anyways, we're gonna head through the recess area and go up to the dump, where the janitor's just chilling here covered in blood with some dead bodies, but there is going to be someone in the dumpster who won't let us throw things in there. Thankfully, we took the green glob and we're able to give that to her, so she allows us to put anything we want in the dumpster. We no longer have to worry about the bodies. So yeah, I would say a pretty successful first day at our new kindergarten, and at the end, the janitor is going to stop us, and he's going to give us Bob's tool belt along with another Monstermon card. So now it's time for Tuesday again, and this one is going to be the flowers for Diana ending, where we have to find 5 flowers and give them to Dr. Danner. But first thing we want to do is tell the principal that Nugget is stuck in the sewer grate. She's going to tell her sister to go over there. Then we are going to go to the sister and start annoying her, and she's like, hey, I don't care, just murders us, but it does give us another outfit, so worth it. Anyways, we'll restart that area, and this time we're going to stop by Monty first, and we're going to ask if we can go up the handicap ramp because, oh yeah, by the way, Monty is now in a wheelchair. Probably should have mentioned that. Anyways, we're going to help Nugget again. We'll ask the principal to go and get him, but this time we're not going to deal with her sister at all, and we're going to go straight to Dr. Danner, where we're going to tell him that we're above average, and to prove that, we have to find 5 flowers, like I said earlier. The first one is going to be over here. It's going to be this blue flower, so we'll take that, and then we're going to go to the side of the school where there's going to be a Monstermon card before coming up to this maze. Now, how you do this is go up, left, up, right, left, up. And that's going to be the secret code to get over to this card, which we can take. And yeah, pretty easy stuff. Now, last thing we want to do this morning is go up these stairs where we're going to see the 2 hall monitors. And Stevie is very much into the rules, which our old hall monitor doesn't care about. So we're going to help him get a hall pass and another outfit. Now for the beginning of class time, we're going to talk to Cindy, and we're going to ask her if she has any flowers. And she says she'll give us one if we deliver our love letter over to Felix. Felix is going to be in the smart person class, so we're going to give that to him before we then get kicked out of class. So then we can head back to our classroom where we're just going to spend some time, also get another hall pass, and go to lunch. Now here, Felix tells us that Cindy is definitely a handful and wants a vegan meal. So first we're going to stop by Carla. We're going to ask if she has any flowers. She says that there's some in the teacher's lounge, so we'll get her to distract Stevie. Then we'll ask the lunch lady if she has any vegan food, so she has to go and make that while we go over to the teacher's lounge, and Dr. Danner lets us come through here because we already found 1 flower, and that's going to be our second one, the yellow one. Then we'll pick up the vegan meal before we see that Ozzy is leaving the room, so we'll go over to his lunch and take this Monstermon card. And then we're going to skip the rest of that time. Now we're going to try and climb this wall, which all you have to do is avoid all the gray stuff, and that's a pretty easy climb up to get that card. Then we'll go over to the dumpster where we bang on it, and we can give her the vegan meal, and she'll give us a cat from it. Then after that, there's a puzzle with Jerome. He tells us that there's a secret puzzle with this swing set, so we'll do it in the right order and get this Monstermon card, and we'll give Cindy this cat, which gives us 1 more. Now it's time to go inside. We're going to head up to the teacher's lounge, and we're going to put this blue flower in this vase, which gives us another Monstermon, but now we're going to want to restart from morning time. And we're pretty much just going to repeat what we did last time, at least up until after Felix. We'll talk to him about Cindy, and then we're going to stop by the girls' bathroom where there's going to be Bob here, and he's clearly in love with Miss Applegate. So we're going to tell him that he should get her flowers, and he's going to do just that. Now lunchtime, same old, but after getting the vegan meal, we can actually give it to Felix, which continues their quest line. Now it's recess time, where Felix comes to us right away, tells us that he needs us to plant this contraband on this tree. That way we can get Penny to go over to it. Then we can shake the tree, which causes the beehive to come down and all the bees to sting Penny. Yeah, I say this a lot for this game, but we really are not nice. But we got a goal to do, and that gets us a flower. Then Bob is going to come through with all his flowers over to Miss Applegate. They decide to run away together. He drops his flowers, so we'll stop by the beehive to get a Monstermon card and get a flower from there. After that, we'll sell some contraband over to Monty, but we want to make sure we bargain with him because that way he gives us another Monstermon before getting our final flower up here and going to science class. Dr. Danner is going to see if we actually succeeded, so he brings over this plant, but tells us he needs to find his notes to give it the flowers in the correct order. But we already know the correct order. It's going to be the blue flower first, followed by the yellow, purple flower after that, red flower, and finally the green flower, which gets everything perfectly, and he's really proud of us and gives us an A+. Now in future runs, if we bring this A+, we can go to the science class during morning time. So for our third one, we're not going to bring anything, and it's time to be a hitman. So we're going to go over, talk to Felix, talk to him about his plans for assassination, but then Ted is like, hey, you need to help me, and we're going to try to kill our rival. So then we'll talk to Cindy, tell her that Ted wants her help, and she tells us that if Ted puts gum in Carla's hair, then she'll help him. So we get Ted to do that, which does make Carla a bit upset, but that's not my problem. This is gonna make Cindy love him, so we're good to go with that. Then we'll talk to Monty, we're gonna buy a battery from him before seeing if Carla's okay, and she'll give us a coupon to the vending machine to go buy her some scissors to take the gum out of her hair. Now during morning time, we're gonna go over to Ozzy, we're gonna give him this battery which causes him to move. And by the way, the person we are trying to kill during this thing is going to be Ozzy, because basically Felix and Ted are the sons of a person in a high up company, and Ozzy's parents are their competitors. So we're gonna bring Ted over to Cindy, and they're gonna get in a fight, and that's gonna make Miss Applegate go over to Cindy and start hitting Cindy, and we're not gonna worry about that because it does distract her enough for us to get some contraband and Ozzy's inhaler. Now on to lunch, Ted comes up to us. Felix is like, what are you doing? Because Ted is trying to keep this a secret from Felix, just because he wants to prove that he's actually a smart guy. Anyways, we're gonna head over to the lunch lady, pick up a hamburger before leaving because we can use the proof that we got a burger to actually go. Then we want to bribe the hall monitor with this contraband, that way he'll let us through the stairs later on before going to this bathroom. And this is going to be the time that Ozzy always comes to the bathroom. He always uses the left stall, so this is going to make him stressed. Now final thing for this area is we got to go upstairs, and we're going to use this coupon to buy some scissors from the vending machine. So now Ozzy is asking where his inhaler is, but he also tells us that he does have an extra one, which is not great for us. But what we're going to do is take this flower, which he's going to be allergic to. Then we'll go over to Ted and show him the flower we got before going over to Carla to get her to forgive Ted. We can give her the scissors first to get rid of the gum, and then she says she'll help us out if we destroy Monty's wheelchair with a screwdriver, since she says that Monty is moving in on her turf. So we're gonna go behind Monty and just pull out his wheelchair. And yeah, sorry about that, bud. Anyways, Carla is now on our side, and she tells us that she'll unlock Ozzy's locker for us. So now we're gonna go over to gym class. And for this one, instead of helping Carla, we're gonna help Jerome, because that's gonna give us another Monstermon card. Carla isn't happy, but it doesn't really matter because we're just gonna restart from gym now. This time we'll actually help Carla. That makes Miss Applegate go after Jerome, and then we can leave the classroom going over to the playground. Here we're gonna find that Monty is still here, and since we came to check on him, he'll give us a Monstermon. And then we can go over to the teacher's lounge, where we're going to take a cherry soda from the vending machine. Now all we have to do here is give this soda to Bugs, and he's going to give us another Monstermon before we then go back to recess time. So this time at the start of recess, we want to sell this inhaler right away. That way we'll be able to afford science class. Then we're going to do the same strategy with Felix, where we destroy Monty's wheelchair. That means it's now time for science class, which we can afford, and we got a couple things we got to do for this one. First of all, we're going to head over to this power outlet and just check it out. Then we're going to tell Cindy that she needs to go stick a fork in the power outlet, and yeah, it'll be fine, it's just a distraction. So she's gonna do that and get electrocuted, and all the power is gonna go out. Yeah, unlucky for Cindy, but it's the perfect time for me to go over to this orange locker where we can take Ozzy's second inhaler. Then we'll check on Cindy, and we're gonna take the flower from her before going over to Ozzy, showing him the plant, and he's gonna start screaming for his inhaler, which Dr. Danner is gonna look for, but unfortunately it's not in the locker, so he just lets him die. So Ted's gonna be really happy with us, but Felix won't be, because he didn't actually want to kill Ozzy, he wanted to kill Ted, but he'll tell us all about that in a later ending. But they'll give us a prestigious pin, which proves we're a friend of their company. Now for our next ending, we're going to want to bring Bob's tool belt and the A+, and this is going to be the opposite to tracked ending. So right away, we're going to speak to Carla, and she's going to say that we can't smuggle things in school. We're going to say she's wrong, and she's going to give us a firecracker, which she wants us to try. But we talk to Penny, Penny's going to take it away, and then we'll talk to Bugs, and he's like, hey, I have an idea to kill Penny, so that's going to be our plan. After that, we'll talk to Penny, get a friendship bracelet from her, because we're basically just pretending that we're actually going to be her friend, and we'll talk to the principal, who gives us a pass to have lunch with her to prove she's not evil. Now we're going to go to the smart kids class. We're going to talk to Penny right away, where she talks about missing her doll before taking our assessment, and every time you take an assessment, you get a prize. This time we picked toilet paper. From here, we're going to leave class and go downstairs, where we'll be going into the bathroom, and we're going to stop by this toilet that we're going to clog. That way the janitor's going to be busy when we come over here and talk to Cindy, and we're going to play some house. So we're going to try to steal her daughter, because that's the doll that Penny wants, and the janitor will be too busy to help her, so we're able to take it. Then we can stop by the janitor janitor again, and he's gonna give us a Monstermon card. Not sure why, but I appreciate it. And then we can bring the doll over to Penny, which makes her really happy. She's gonna give us this disc that we can use on the principal's computer. Now at lunch, Bugs tells us we need to go to the principal's office. And she's gonna start talking, but then Bugs is gonna start a food fight, so the principal has to leave, and this is gonna give us the perfect time to do whatever we want in this office. So we're gonna go to her computer, insert this disc, and get that document, before also pulling this book and getting another card, and then also unlocking this door. Anyways, after that, we get kicked out, and you can see that the food fight was kind of glorious. But we're gonna head to Bugs, we're gonna say that we got the sheet we needed, and we'll have Monty read it by recess. Where right away, we're gonna head up here, and we're gonna go through the door that we opened last time. That way we can go through the principal's office. We're gonna look in this box first, get this outfit, and then we're also gonna look at the seasons, and that's also gonna give us an outfit. Then we can go to the girls' bathroom, where the janitor is here. He doesn't really care what we're doing, and we're gonna unscrew this vent with Bob's tool belt before going and changing the lesson plans for science over to magnets. Now we can head back the exact way we came through. Then we'll just consume some apples, and it's time to go to science class. Here, Dr. Danner is gonna notice that the gear for the magnet is missing, and Penny blacked out, but she thinks she put it in the blue locker. Now you're supposed to distract Penny during this entire thing, that way Carla and Bugs can go and get the gear, but I don't really care about that, so we'll just keep passing time. And because of that, Penny senses what they're doing and murders them. Yeah, unlucky for them, but I gotta go and check on their bodies. They're not doing the best, but that is gonna give me 2 more outfits, so I appreciate it, and we'll just reset science from there. Anyways, this time we actually have to distract Penny, and we're gonna head out the door. Carla and Bugs are trying to get in the locker, and they tell us we need to distract Penny. We can head over here where we'll find Penny's doll. She's gonna tell us she thinks someone's trying to break into her locker, but we can give her the doll, that way we distract her. After that, we'll go back to the guys. They're gonna be able to give us the gear, and we can give that over to Dr. Danner. He'll put that in, and then Penny's head will come off because, by the way, Penny is a robot. Yeah, and then Dr. Danner is just gonna leave because, you know what? He has much better things to do, and he is not gonna get blamed for this. All right, pretty good day. We dealt with Penny. Now, at the end of the day, we're also gonna get Penny's laser beam, which is gonna be useful for some more things. But for this next ending, all we need is the prestigious pin and the tool belt, and then we're gonna head over to Monty, and we're gonna buy a lighter. After that, we can go to Nugget. We can see that he's trapped in this sewer grate, and then we're gonna tell Bob that we need some help, so we're able to give him his tool belt, and then he's able to let out Nugget right away, which means it's time for the Nugget friendship ending. So we'll speak to Nugget. We tell him that we helped save him, and he asks if we can get him a flower, then maybe he'll be our friend. So we go over with him to the handicapped entrance, and we can get this blue flower right there, which really pleases him. And now he tells us to be his friend, we need to help him build Nugget Cave. Anyways, after that, we'll talk to Nugget one more time. We'll show him that we have this lighter, and we have to sneak it in, so we'll ask Carla to do it for a bit of money. Now it's gonna be morning time, so we talk to Nugget, and he tells us that he's gonna go tell the teacher he knows where to get pills, that way she gets out of the classroom. So then we can leave the classroom, and we see that Stevie has to deal with her, so while he does that, we can go over to the janitor, and we can ask if we can get a shovel from him, so Nugget can make his Nugget Cave. But the janitor says that he needs the key from Bob, so we need to go up there and get that from him, and then we can trade the janitor the key for the shovel. Now it's lunchtime, where the lunch lady tells Nugget that she can't give him nuggets, and she's just gonna give him a burger, which obviously is not okay with Nugget. So we gotta help Nugget by getting him the nuggets that he desires, and to do this, we're gonna use our prestigious pin to tell Felix that they need to buy a burger. Because we're a friend of their company, they gotta do it, and that's gonna be one burger, then we can buy the other, which means that the lunch lady then has to go and make some more, and that leaves the back area over here completely open so we can steal the nuggets. We'll also take a Monstermon card from here, but then we can bring those nuggets over to Nugget, but he's gonna be very upset because they're way too cold, so he starts beating his head against the wall. I feel bad for him, but there is a microwave we can use, so we're just gonna bring these nuggets over there, microwave them, but we're not actually gonna give them to Nugget because we got some more 100% stuff we need. We're gonna go ahead, eat an apple, and you can see that Nugget isn't here, unfortunately, but I'm not gonna worry about it. We're going up here to the dump, and we're gonna bang on the dumpster, and then give this lady a burger. That way she gives us a hall pass. After that, we can ask to go inside, where we'll see that Nugget is just lying there almost dead. We can show him that we did get those nuggets for him, but it's too late for him. We do get an outfit though. Anyways, same plan as last time for this lunchtime, except this time we'll actually give Nugget the nuggets before he dies. Now into recess. Right away, Miss Applegate is very angry at Nugget for lying about the pills, so she doesn't even ask for a hall pass. We can just go inside and buy this cherry soda. Then we can go upwards to the dumpster, where this time we're going to give Agnes the box of nuggets, and she's going to give us this cat. Then we can give Miss Applegate the soda, which is going to calm her down, let her release Nugget. Before we tell Nugget that we no longer have his nuggets and instead traded it for a cat, which doesn't make him too mad, so at least we get a Monstermon card out of it, but he's no longer our friend. So this time we'll repeat the same process, get a soda, give it over to Miss Applegate so she's not as angry, and this time we can give Nugget the nuggets. So yeah, now we have Nugget Cave. And in here, there's some interesting stuff, but the thing we want first of all is going to be this leg, and then we're also going to take the money from the skeleton, that way we can go to science class. This does make Nugget not very happy, but we got to do this for some more 100% stuff. And what we have to do here is take one of these films and then go over to the leg. Since we found the other leg, we get a Monstermon card, then we can take a sample from the fish tank and go look at it, which Dr. Danner gives us another Monstermon card for. After that, we'll repeat science, take a slide for the second time and bring it over to the plant, look at it, and that gives us a different Monstermon card. Before then, we're going to repeat recess. And yeah, you already know the drill, just doing the Nugget Cave stuff. But this time in Nugget Cave, we're just going to take this leg and then we can pass time, and instead of going to science, we'll actually go to gym. And now we have to help Nugget win this dodgeball battle where it's only the two of us against everybody, but thankfully I have this leg, so we can take out Carla first. Bugs is going to take that ball and we have to decide what to do. Here I decide to move up, that way Nugget can go attack both of the brothers, deal with them. Then I'm going to move back so I can get this ball, we can hit Jerome with it, and finally it's just going to be Bugs left. They're both going to go to the center, so I do as well, and I can catch this ball after Bugs hits Nugget. So yeah, we actually won dodgeball and Nugget is very pleased. So at the end of the day, he's going to give us this Monstermon plushie, which will come in important later. That's more than enough friendship though, so this time we're going back to murder and we're going to bring the A+ and the prestigious pin. Now right away we're going to head over to Monty and we're going to buy some hand sanitizer before going to Felix, and we're going to show him the prestigious pin, so we're working with them. After that, we'll head over to Cindy, get a tissue from her since she broke up with us, get Ozzy to check out a note from Felix, and get Jerome to read that note by giving him the tissue. But now we're going to go to smart class, and once we're here, we're going to talk to Felix, and he's going to tell us that he actually doesn't want us to kill Ozzy, and instead he wants to kill Ted. So that is going to be our goal. We're going to go over here, get the toilet paper from the assessment. What Felix wants us to do is get some spiders because Ted is very scared of the spiders, so that would be perfect. So we're going to clog that toilet and then get the janitor to go get some stuff to deal with it so we can come up here and get the spiders. Now we're on to lunch where we're going over to talk to Felix. We'll tell him that we got the spiders. He gives us a burger so we can actually leave. But first we're going to talk to Nugget and tell him that he needs to build a hole. We also do kind of promise him a nugget factory, but I'm sure that's not the biggest deal in the world. And then we'll talk to Carla and get the janitor's key from her. Now we can head over to the bathroom and go into the janitor's closet. From here, we're going to want to take the shovel. That way we can give it to Nugget. And then we're going to head upwards over towards the dump, knock on the dumpster, and this time we're going to give her this burger. That way she gives us a hall pass. Now we can speak to Felix. We tell him that we got the shovel, and the next thing we need is a new arm for Nugget, and the plan is to steal it from Monty. Unfortunately, Monty knew what we were doing, but Stevie comes over and tries to stop it and gets shot himself, and then we're just able to take Stevie's arm. Works out for me. Anyways, it's time for gym. Ted still thinks we're going along with the plan of killing Ozzy, but we are not doing that at all. After that, we'll help Carla grab the ball. That way Miss Applegate goes away, and then we'll talk to Nugget and give him both the arm and the shovel, so he's good to go. Now we need something to push Ted off with, so we're gonna head into this classroom where we see Miss Applegate, and she kind of stabbed Jerome, but I am going to take this Monstermon card from the play bin, and then we're also going to take her stick and just not talk to her. I don't want to deal with it. Before heading over to the recess area where we can see that everybody is here, and we can give Felix the stick where he's going to push Ted down there and then tell us to get the spiders, drop them in the hole, and yeah, we dealt with Ted nice and easy. And at the end, Felix is going to give us some chemicals that we can use later, and Nugget is going to come up to Felix and ask him about the nugget factory, which he doesn't have, but you know, I'm sure they'll figure something out. Anyways, now we're going to do the exact opposite, and instead of helping Felix kill Ted, we're going to help Ted kill Felix. So we'll start out the morning the same way as last time, and then during class time, we'll talk to Felix, act like we're going to be helping him out before we then take our assessment, and this time we're going to grab the spray bottle. Also, now we're going to talk to Monty, and we're going to give him the laser, which is going to get us a Monstermon card. And this time we're going over to the regular class because we're going to head over to Ted and tell him that Felix is trying to kill him, so now we're on his side. Then we just have to head over to the boys' bathroom and we're going to spray these spiders, which gives us the spiders we need. So it's lunchtime, and right away, since we gave Monty the laser, he's going to come over to the janitor and just murder him. So that was fun. I'm not too worried. I'm going to keep acting like I'm on Felix's side, and we're going to do his stuff, you know, talking talking to Nugget and getting him to dig a hole, talking to Carla so we get the key, and we're also going to look at the janitor's dead body, that way we can get his outfit. After that, our recess and gym are pretty much going to play out the exact same as last time, except we will grab the mop instead of getting the stick from Miss Applegate. Don't know if that really matters. Anyways, this is still pretty much the same ending, but this time instead of Felix pushing down Ted, Ted is going to call over Bugs, and Bugs is going to come to Felix, push him into the hole, and then like last time, we're going to put the spiders into the hole and get a different outfit. Then Ted is going to tell Nugget that they don't own a nugget factory, so Nugget wants his revenge and jumps in the hole and is going to start beating him up. Yeah, I would not want to be in that hole with Nugget. He's going to murder you. Anyways, pretty much the same ending, where we get the strange chemicals again, but it does give us a different Monstermon card. Now for this next ending, we're going to want to take the A+, the Monstermon plush, and the laser. Here we're going to show Carla our laser, and she tells us that she wants to work with us on getting a passageway from the teacher's lounge to the janitor's closet. She then says she wants us to get a pocket bomb from Jerome, so we'll go over to Jerome, we'll dry his tears, but I accidentally messed up. I told him that we killed his dad. Probably not the best idea. That's okay though, really quick reset and we won't make the same mistake. And here Jerome will tell us that he wants to find Lily and Billy because he thinks they killed his dad. So us along with Carla are gonna have to help him. So we'll tell Carla about this so she can distract Bob. Meanwhile, we'll take a screwdriver and unscrew the vent that's holding Nugget because that's where she thinks they are. We'll come back here later though because now we're going over to the smart people class where we're gonna grab some toilet paper from our assessment. After that, we're going to consume a couple apples in the hallway and then go to the regular class where we'll consume our last, that way we get the pass book. After this, we're going to go take a hamburger from the lunch lady and we're going to wait till Ozzy gets over to his bathroom. That way we can give him some toilet paper for a Monstermon card. But it is time for recess, and that also means we're going to do a lot of Monstermon battles because this game actually added them. So I'm going to get this selection of cards and then we're going to battle pretty much everybody here. Now how this game works is you have 5 orbs you can use, and then every time you use a card like this Dune Worm, it's going to use some of your orbs. Like this one uses 3 to deal 6 damage. Then Ozzy can go, he can use an attack. I'm not going to defend it since it only does 2 damage, and after that I'll use one that does 4 damage. He'll subtract my damage by 1, so it only does 3. It's just about keeping track of your orbs, making sure nothing bad happens. That's only going to do 1, so I have 2 orbs at this point, and I can use a guy who can do 3 damage. He's only able to subtract 1, so we're able to get the win. And every win you get, that's also going to give you a new Monstermon card. Now I'm not going to explain every one of these battles because that would take a while, but after Ozzy we're going to defeat Felix, Monty, Nugget, Cindy, Carla, and Jerome before we restart over to morning time. Now here, this time we're going to talk to Carla and she's going to tell us that we need to confirm that Lily is in the sewer grate. So just like always, we're going to take our assessment, and this time we're going to get some toilet paper. Then after that we're going to head over to the bathroom with Carla so we can work together on this. Now we'll trick the first hall monitor by saying I'm a new student and Carla is showing me around, but Stevie's not going to get tricked, so Carla just makes sure he comes back upstairs with her. We'll just head out through this exit though, and to the front of the school where no one is right now, so we can head down here. Now we need to squeak our plushie, and that's going to reveal Lily and Billy. And we tell Lily about Jerome, and she says she needs to set things straight. Finally, we'll also check out this box and get another Monstermon. So the plan is during lunchtime, we're going to get Jerome and Lily to meet together. So all we have to do here is now tell Jerome about Lily and about him meeting her in the bathroom, but we're gonna have to actually get out of the lunchroom. So I'm gonna buy a hamburger here, and then we're gonna give that to Bugs and tell him that we want to start a food fight. And he's just gonna start throwing things. It is very easy to get this man to start. And he throws 2 burgers, then everybody else is like, okay, now we gotta do this. They hit Cindy, she starts throwing things, they start hitting the lunch teacher. Now I can go with Jerome over to the girls' bathroom, which we have to go to the right stall, and that's where Lily is gonna be. She says his dad turned Billy into a monster and then used him to make pills, and Jerome believed her. Anyways, we're good to go, but unfortunately Penny is in the hallway, so we got to get out of here. We're gonna go through the vent to escape Penny, and then Lily is gonna go do some other stuff while we're gonna change this lesson plan over to robotics. But that is going to make us have to go to detention, so literally everybody's in detention right now. We're gonna say nothing, then we're gonna skip some time, and Dr. Danner is gonna fall asleep. Now I'm going back out with Carla, and this time we're gonna be heading to the girls' bathroom to try to get the device that Jerome left on the ground. Unfortunately, the janitor has it and says he'll only give it to us if we basically do his job. So we're gonna go deliver this toilet paper to the hall monitor before going back to the janitor, where he tells us that the device is in his closet. So we'll head over there and pick it up. Now we just have to make it back to the classroom before Dr. Danner wakes up, and we're good to go. We can head to science. Now for this one, we're gonna talk to Carla, and she says that we're gonna need the help of Monty, but he says he's only gonna help if we pay him $20 or if Carla agrees to go on a date with him. So Carla does agree, and we're gonna crush this device in this machine. So now Carla, can create her bomb, and she had enough tech to make 2, so she gave us one of them. Now for our next ending, we're going to want to bring the Monster Mom plushie and Felix's strange chemicals. And right away, we're going to talk to Carla, we're going to get the firecracker from her, and then we're heading over to Cindy, where this time we're going to tell her that she's pretty awful. She's going to try to get mad at us, but then the teacher comes, starts attacking her, but the principal's like, hey, you cannot do that. And we're basically just trying to get our teacher fed up. So after that, we're going to go talk to her, get her angry, and then we're going over to Monty, where we're going to ask to use the handicap area. And this is because we have to sneak in this firecracker. So we'll head up to the classroom, where we'll put this right in our cubby, and Miss Applegate doesn't really care. You can see that she is a little bit annoyed, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to head over to the firecracker, we're going to pop it, and this makes her incredibly angry. She starts talking about how much she hates her life, her job, all that sort of stuff, and then runs away. So unlucky. Then Nugget comes in, he's like, hey, what's going on with the teacher? But he also doesn't really care. He's got a fidget spinner to use. We'll also take this Monster Mom card because she's not here to stop us. Now Stevie's actually going to say, hey, you should probably help your teacher. So we're heading over to her, and we're going to tell her that we're going to restart the pill supply chain with Monty. So that means we have free reign over the school. Stevie can't stop us. We don't need a hall pass. And we'll head over to Monty only for him to tell us that in able to make those pills, he needs Felix's strange chemicals, which we can give him, and he needs 3 different pieces of hair from people who have taken the pills. We'll also buy some scissors because those will come in useful, and the plan is to get hair from Miss Applegate, Nugget, and also Billy. So we tell Miss Applegate that, and she brings over Nugget. He does not want her to take his hair at all, so she starts chasing after him. We'll deal with that later. And now it's lunchtime, where Monty comes up and he tells us that he thinks Billy's in the school. We just have to find him. Then we'll talk to Carla, tell her that we did the firecracker thing, and also buy a burger. After that, we're heading through the hallway using our passbook, and then using this elevator key to go downstairs. Because this is going to put us in the same area where Billy and Lily are, but this time, instead of saying anything about Jerome, we're going to tell them we just need a piece of Billy's hair, and he's not going to like that, so he disagrees. Yeah, unlucky, but now we're at recess, and Miss Applegate is just holding Nugget and about to murder him or something, but I don't have time to worry about that. We're heading over to the dumpster. We're going to give her a burger, and she's going to give us her cat. Then after that, we can head back through the school. Stevie's not going to stop us since we're doing errands for Miss Applegate, and we'll head over to the boys' bathroom, where we can give the cat to the hall monitor, and he's going to give us a Monster Mon. Now we're heading back through the elevator, where you can see both Lily and Billy just dead. So we got to get both of their outfits, first by checking out Billy's dead body, and then heading over to Lily and dying ourselves. That's fine though, because now we're back in recess, and this time we're just going to go straight over to Billy. So we can grab some hair from his head and not even look at the monster. It's not my problem. And then we'll go to the classroom, where Bugs is chilling here, but we're just going to take this money. Before then, it's time to Monster Mon battle Bugs, because we haven't yet. We'll get the win, and that's another free card for us. Now we'll talk to Monty, tell him that we got Billy's hair, and give him back the elevator key, before talking to Miss Applegate and giving her the scissors so she's able to take Nugget's hair and probably part of his head. But we also get her hair as well, so we have all 3 hairs that we need, and now it's just time to go to science class. So what we have to do is talk to Monty. He has to start making the solution, but we have to distract all the other students. So first, we're gonna go to Ozzy, give him the green flower since he's allergic. Then we're gonna go to Cindy, give her the gem, and she thinks she's too rich now to be in this class, so she leaves. And finally, we'll give the doll to Penny, so she leaves as well, and that gives Monty enough time to do what he needs. We can give him the chemical, but we'll say the wrong answer, that way we get an outfit. But second time around, this time we'll mix it with red, and that gives us the pill, so we're good to go. Now at the end of the day, Miss Applegate comes through and she's like, hey, where is my pill? Otherwise I'm pretty sure she would murder us. So we can give her that, and she's gonna give us the device that controls Penny, which means it's time for our second to last ending. In this one, we want to bring the Monster Mom plush, the faculty remote, and the bomb. Now at the beginning, it actually changes because it tells us that Miss Applegate lost her remote. So people are kind of concerned about that, but we're going to use it to our advantage. Now we're going to buy this battery first, then we're heading over to Penny. We're going to use the battery on the remote, and she's going to let Nugget go free. Yeah, it's insane. Then we can go through this area where we're going to squeak the Monster Mom plush and let Lily and Billy know that we're on their side, so we're going to be working with them to kill all the teachers. After that, we'll go to the principal, tell her that we don't trust her, and she'll give us a chance to have lunch with her. Now it's class time, where Billy is going to come through the ceiling and be like, hey, here's the plan. I'm going to give you this remote, and you got to get Cindy and Bugs on our team. So I'm going to use the remote to bring Penny over here, and then we'll put some gum in her hair before we then cause her to go away and not do anything. Cindy is disappointed, but she's on her side now. Then we'll go to Bugs. We'll also bring over Penny because Penny stole Bugs' knife, and we can get the knife back by pressing the blue button. So Bugs is on her side too, and now Bugs and Cindy will work together to stab Miss Applegate. And that's going to be class time. Then Billy comes through again, and this time we're trying to get Jerome's exploding device from Carla, but she says we got to trade for it, so we're going to give her the bomb. Then we head to Nugget. We tell him we need him to build a Nugget cave and give him this jackhammer, so it's really easy to make it. So he goes just directly through the floor, that way he can steal the nuggets, and then he builds another hole to go into the teacher's lounge. We're going to follow him in there, and while he's distracting Dr. Danner, we can plant the explosive device. Now after that, it's time to go over to the principal, where we see her with Penny, and we're going to talk to the principal, but then there's an explosion and she has to leave, so see you later. Which is when Lily's gonna come back. We gotta go over to the girls' restroom because Bugs is getting attacked, so we're gonna pick up his knife and stab our teacher from behind. Yeah, nice and easy. So yeah, everybody's here, we're doing a good job, and the hall monitor's like, yeah, it's just not my job. Then we're gonna talk to Penny again, try to use the remote, but she starts freaking out because, yeah, that would probably suck. So she goes and jumps in Nugget Cave. Then we can talk to Carla, we can tell her that Penny's gone, so she's able to go in the school, and it is finally time for our last Monstermon battle, this time against Agnes. This is by far the hardest one in the game, so we'll hope we can get a win pretty quickly. This time it took us third try, but we got the Monstermon card eventually. Now we just gotta finish up everything else, so we're gonna be heading back in the school, and we hear an explosion. We're gonna head in the teacher's lounge, and yeah, sorry about that, Dr. Danner, but at least I will take your clothes. Then we can also see Bob over here, and before he gets poisoned, we're gonna snap him out of it, and now it's time for him to go and fight a monster. That's my boy. Then we also see the two hall monitors just chilling here. We're gonna give them a lighter, that way we get another card, and we'll go into the classroom where we're gonna take the doll, before also heading into the girls' bathroom, and then we can get this other outfit from Miss Applegate. But after all that, it's finally time to head into Nugget Cave, where we're gonna check on Penny, give her her doll, and now we're gonna work together to take out her mom. We see Bob just fighting the monster. That's our boy. Literally the only good adult in this entire game. And then we see some more kids just trapped, and it's finally time for the boss battle. So the principal comes out. She does not care about her daughter, explodes her, and then transforms all the students into monsters. So now this one is just about pressing the right buttons at the right time. First of all, we're going to the green one. We're going to press it, and we can kill this first monster. Then we'll talk to Penny. We'll use her red button. That takes care of the one attacking Lily, and then we can move that blue one over to the left and then press that button, which deals with the last monster. But it is not over yet, because she has this laser blaster, but we're going to use the button on the red one, pick her up, and then throw her in the goo. It's kind of what she deserves, not gonna lie. But even though we did that, it's not over yet, because then she comes back up, is a gigantic monster with one eye, and looks absolutely terrifying. But before we fight that, we do have to get this outfit right here and this Monstermon card. You know, I am trying to collect everything. Anyways, now it's time for the fight. We're gonna press the green button first, move it over to the left, and then press the button to close her mouth. Next up will be the red button. We're gonna move it left twice, and then press it one more time so we open up her eye. Nugget's gonna come down with his jackhammer, completely destroy this beast, and yeah, easiest win of our life. Nugget is also still alive. He's able to hop out, and that's the second to last ending officially done. Now all the students are gonna actually come back alive, and we also save them. I don't really care about them, but I mean, I guess they're saved. So yeah, this is the ending where every single student lives, but all the adults just die, except for Bob. Nugget also gets a kiss from Lily. He's pretty happy about that. And then we get a Monstermon card, so pretty good deal. Now that's officially going to be every Monstermon card in every outfit except for one. And the final one we get is on this last ending, where we're going to press this button, which opens this up since we got all the Monstermon, and you already know who it is, Nugget in some weird robes. So we're going to go with him into whatever this is, also get our last outfit, so that's nice. And then all the Monstermon cards are going to come around us, some lights get lit up, and yeah, this is kind of terrifying. I don't know how I feel about this, but Nugget is going to snap his finger, and it was literally a Thanos snap, because now half the students and teachers in the school are just going to disintegrate. But Nugget isn't done yet, because then he snaps again, and the other half are going to get hit by lightning. What can I say? This man just loves carnage, and he's probably gonna love it even more in Kindergarten 3. But finally, we're gonna end off time as soon as this screen fades to black, and that's it, 1:16:52. For Kindergarten 1, we get second place, and for Kindergarten 2, we get fourth. All right, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.